Hi guys, Jennifer here. Welcome back to part 2 of the Crème Brûlée journals. I am creating a coffee themed embellishment here using the Crème Brûlée kit that Doreen sent me from OohLaLa Vintage Treasures. This is a sweet little coffee holder. Forget what they're called. But I wanted to use this to create a little pocket, and I wanted to be able to make 2 pockets, one for each of the journals. So I took that one side apart because I'm trying to figure out the width to fit on the page. And I'm just kind of playing around with it. And I'm using the angle on the edge there to make it look right. So this has a little bit of corrugation in the back. I guess it depends on the coffee filter that you have, or the coffee sleeves that you have. They either have the corrugation or they don't. I think it's okay. It's not that bulky when you use one side of it. So then I glued it back together because I needed to use that one now as the template. I love these little sleeves because they have the cute little hearts on them. They're very whimsical. So here I'm using the new coffee cup die that I got from Frank Garcia's studio. It is from the Mintopia paper collection that he has. I don't believe that this is available on his site anymore. I think it's sold out, but I really wanted to use this to create a little embellishment. This script paper that I'm using here to use as the accent on the cups was from a previous kit of Doreen's, and I'm using one of my index cards that I coffee dyed. So I thought that looked really cute together. And Doreen had already embossed this script paper, so it gives it just more texture. I decided to round the corners here on the coffee sleeve because the points were a little bit too sharp. So I'm doing that to both of them. These little coffee cups are the perfect size for this coffee filter, or sleeve. I keep calling it filter. So these coffee cups I can create in all different, with different themes, but I just thought this was perfect for this little creme brulee, since I'm going to be using more neutrals on these journals. I thought I would use that script paper. It's so pretty. And I love how Doreen, she staples a lot of her stuff, so you can take it apart and see just how many bits she included in just that one little corner pocket. And I can use that corner pocket again for something else. But these little bits are so perfect for using as little accents on your embellishments. I'm doing this as I go. I hadn't even thought this out, and just by having these cute little pieces right in front of me, it just made things really easy to come together. Love these little vintage bits. They're just perfect. So here's some more little bits that she had stapled onto this music paper. and some gauze and all kinds of stuff that you can use. I love taking it all apart because then you can really see just how many amazing things she thought out. You know, it looks like a bunch of different bits that you would have on your table and scraps and stuff, but she really spends time thinking through each exact piece, and they come off of different vintage items. So to make 30 of these, it's not just scraps she's got laying around, that's for sure. But I just love how she puts her kits together because each piece is so carefully thought out and just perfect to come together because everything coordinates so well. So I'm attaching this pretty lace. I was able to use it for both of the coffee sleeves, so that was cool. Very pretty lace. I love like the scallop look. And then this sweet little trim was like a ruffled tulle almost. And it's got the coolest shade of taupe, I think is what that is. Like that purpley gray. So I'm just attaching all the little lace pieces and fabric bits. This little piece of like lace or trim looked like maybe came off of a clothing. So pretty. That color is gorgeous, and it's got texture. It's like a tulle, but has some texture on it. I just put a little bit on there just to add some texture, kind of peeking out of the coffee cup. Oh yes, and then this paper she included, and it has all these different words on there. I thought that was perfect. This kit was a lot of fun to create with. I'm having a good time actually as I do this. It just went together very smoothly, this little embellishment. I decided to use my Fabri-Tac on that because it just wasn't staying with the tulle. That was such a cool little piece of trim. It looked very, very vintage because it just kind of had that old look to it. It shredded very easily, and it just looked very cool on there. I love that. Oh, you know know our Fabri-Tac likes to squeeze out a lot, so that looked perfect there. And then I am getting out the little bits bag, the yum yum bag as Violet used to call it. And this sweet little bowl Doreen shared with me on our last crafty adventure. That was so sweet. Thank you, Doreen. It's perfect for holding these little bits in there. Love these little safety pins she included this time. I told her how much I enjoyed those, so she put them in this kit. Oh, I decided to change where the bead placement was. It just wasn't laying right. So just very simple. I'm adding the little flower trim with the little bead. And then I'm attaching it to that vintage piece of fabric. That looks so pretty there. And then I'm attaching it a little bit better so it stays. Isn't that cute, you guys? Very simple, and it just came together really quickly. Now, if you don't have this kit, you can always use what you have on hand and create something similar. There's plenty of coffee cup digitals out there if you don't have a die that you can use. So don't think that this is the only way you can create something like this. So I had collected coffee sleeves for a while too, so I like to use them in my journals. It kind of gives because otherwise you're just going to throw them away, and I'd rather be able to use them as little pockets in the journal. Whoops, I let that fall off there. It's gluing back on. She put these little tiny flat backs in there, and they are so cute. So I thought it was perfect to put in the middle of that flower. And look how cute it looks on the page in the journal. Adorable. You can use that and put your tags or tickets or a little note or anything tucked into that pocket. And it's not bulky at all. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little project. Bye for now.